Since then, she has accomplished a lot, but she has kept this hospital in her mind all the time. She is part of the CTMRF board. She is, as you all know, chief scientist of the World Health Organization, and she's traveling in India for a brief while, and we are extremely happy to have her with us today to inaugurate the Medical Research Foundation Laboratory, which she just visited a few minutes back, and to share her thoughts and views with some of us here. We had a brief interaction with her. A few of the doctors and surgeons from this hospital participated in that. A special mention to Dr. Balaji, who is here, who's come here on this special occasion. We did share with Soumya some of the challenges that we have in the city, some of the accomplishments that our medical doctors and surgeons have accomplished in this hospital, and the way forward. It was a very nice and interesting interaction. I must share some of those with you. We did share how far this hospital has come in the last 5 years. There is a significant amount of investment that has gone into the hospital, both in terms of the physical infrastructure and the medical equipment, but also in terms of the professionals that we have in this hospital. There is a certain culture in this hospital that was originally created by Dr. M.S. Ramakrishnan and by Matangi Ramakrishnan. That culture is something that is still holding in this hospital. The culture of patient care, the culture of focus on outcomes, the culture of learning constantly, because of which we have one of the best academic programs in this hospital, and many of the doctors who complete their DNB choose to stay here in this hospital and work, and those who leave after the program have accomplished great many things outside of this hospital in the the medical fraternity that they are engaged in.
So first let us honor our chief guest, Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, by our ever-looking young Dr. Senior Consultant, Dr. Lalita Janigraman, to come and Ponadai and the bouquet. About 1 crore for this particular project of this one, and he is the president of this Cholamandalam Investment Finance. This booklet is mainly by the Department of Pediatrics and Infectious Diseases, and Dr. Sulochana from Microbiology, Chandrakumar from Neonatology, Dhanalakshmi Infectious Diseases, Ambuja Sekhar from Microbiology, Ravi Kumar from PSU, Vanati from Neonatology, Pinky from Pediatrics, Sanjay Deshpande, Silki Agarwal, and Lakshmi Raj of Pediatrics. Our medical director SB has asked me to do this MC today, but initially I had a little hesitancy, but I...
Guide and mentor and friend. In fact, I was really remembering Dr. MSR today and telling them how in 91, if things had been different, maybe I would have also joined this hospital, but then everything could have been different after that. So whatever happened is okay. Mr. Chandramohan, thank you very much for making the arrangements, and we should also thank Mr. Kundu for your investments into this very important research laboratory. So it's good to be back here after maybe, I don't know how long it's been, maybe a couple of years, but I left Chennai about 2 years, 2016 I moved to Delhi, so it's been more than that. So it's nice to see the dream of the founder of this hospital. I'm sure Dr. Matangi would give you a lot of satisfaction to see the hospital as it is now, really providing excellent, high quality clinical care. You can see the crowds outside attest to the fact that the doctors and services here are so much in demand. You have increased the number of seats for DNB, and you're able to provide very high quality education, and I understand this is one of the top choices for DNB candidates in pediatrics and pediatric surgery. The research, which has always been an element of, in fact I used to be on the ethics committee as well, and we used to look at research proposals, and in the interaction that we had a little bit before with the faculty, I was just remarking that the research projects here have continued, and in fact are getting more in number, and very good projects from ICMR funded, not only the industry funded, but also funding coming in, multicentric surveillance studies, and really contributing to the knowledge on disease burden. And now with the research laboratory being able to do molecular diagnostics, we'll be able to collect much more data on infectious diseases. So far the focus has been, quite a lot on infectious diseases, and is it time to start thinking about other things? So if we really need to think about what next can Child Trust really do, having really proved itself as a center of excellence for pediatric care. One is research, start making a name in research, and that can only be done if more people get involved. I find that Dr. Balasubramaniam has been really holding the flag high on research, and then others have also joined in. But I think the philosophy of this place was always about service, and so it is not very difficult to really see how one can, because research is all about collecting good data. And I was asking Ms. Lakshmi Narayanan just now whether you have the fully electronic patient records now, the health information system. So once you have that, then it becomes much easier to do analysis and look at larger data sets. I was very impressed with what the Tamil Nadu government has been able to put in place in terms of health information systems. I had gone to see for myself how they have developed their platforms. Clinic here, I don't know whether it still runs, but a large number of genetic diseases now today, you can actually have therapies if you know exactly the mutation that's causing the problem. A number of metabolic diseases, one can, through diet manipulation or through replacement therapy. But the first step is the diagnosis. So to have a good genetics clinic which can diagnose early in life before the damage occurs, too much of damage occurs, is important. And similarly, gene therapies are not just on the horizon. I think they're fairly close. Affordability is an issue, but I think affordability will come. Some Indian companies are sure to take up the challenge, and just like it was done for other drugs, the generics, we were able to produce affordable drugs and vaccines. Indian manufacturers supply 40 to 50% of the global vaccines, and about 40% of the US generic demand is met by the Indian manufacturers. So I think there's